Good afternoon, gentlemen, Chairman. To start with today, as I was asked to talk about green manufacturing. Green manufacturing? Please. The green manufacturing I'm taking for a bagasse pulping in paper plants. This will be useful for being the chairman and heading the patch sector in the BE for this one. I thought it's onerous responsibility, any subject I talk about, what you contribute in terms of decarbonization. We have the onerous responsibility, as you have said last year. We are the second largest, we are supposed to reduce by about almost 100%, 45% to start with on the decarbonization. That much responsibility we have, we take any product, what we talk. But fortunately, we have very good technology which is there, which is being added to a sector. Today I'm talking about gas as the only one solution what I take. It is an integration of the source where the material comes from, cane, which is the sugar industry, and then the process where it is being manufactured, which can be green, and finally the cogeneration, the power plant, which supplies your energy, steam and power. So this is a marriage of the three sectors, which starts from the source and to the sugar, and from the sugar we get the bagasse, and how the source can be improved upon to get the maximum utilization in terms of productivity of quality. Having served both in the sugar mill and fortunate in the paper mill, Ponni Sugars and the Seshai paper, had given me a rich experience to understand the basic raw material, how it can be improved upon to get the best of the solution. Having worked with Amcane some time back, the sugar cane, some of you will know, has got food sectors. Juice which is coming out of this, then you have the bagasse, then the rind and the epidermis, which is the wax. The contribution what you're talking about bagasse is also getting added with the binding leaves and the trash which come along with the cane which is being crushed and which is what is being made as the second phase of the process. So if I divide into three sectors, you say the sugarcane harvesting is the first point where the first decision has to be made in terms of quality product, which is a bagasse. Unfortunately or fortunately, which our mills are received, apart from what I've seen in Ponni, we take the importance of the leaves and the trash, which is being the binding. Almost in the recent sugar mill which I went, I've seen about 10% is coming out as non-cane milling material, which is ground and is taken. As long as the bagasse is burnt in the boiler, it's not of much difference. But it comes for pulping. This bagasse has got its own fiber property and the pith property. So the second stage is the bagasse pulping, and the final stage is increased productivity in terms of all the three E's: energy, environment, and emission. So if we go to the next one, you can see the fresh stored, what is called the freshly milled bagasse from the neighboring mill, with sugar mill. He's having the fiber to pith ratio of as high as close to 2.5, 3. Whereas the external bagasse which has been sourced elsewhere, which is being used, is less than 2. So the importance is on the fiber and which is what is being given in the bagasse pulping for the paper making. And the solubles of the dead weight, which does not add either to the heating value nor to the value of the product. And the pith and pipe fines, pith gives you the importance, and so the fiber part which is going to the paper machine. So as I told you in the beginning, cane quality control in harvesting in place is important. Minimization of cane trash to the extent possible, cane tops and binding material before the milling starts, and minimal generation of the pith fines. On the solubles in bagasse, which also has to be minimal, which also doesn't contribute anywhere, and the maximization of the fiber with minimum fiber fines, and the bagasse to be made available for de-pithing. We have got two operations, dry pithing and wet de-pithing, and reduce the moisture of the wet de-pithing before it goes for subsequent bagasse pulping, which you are going to see. First of all, the comment came, you are taking the topic on green manufacturing. I said the green manufacturing, I do it. See, time is short. As they were telling in the morning, the question is, we have to be prepared for the green manufacturing. There is no time for preparing. We had to start right away the green manufacturing. Right from source, if you take from the cane should be of quality at source, so devoid of all this unwanted trash and material. Then the cane comes for milling. You use steam and power, which is the green steam and power which you do from bagasse in your power boilers there in the sugar mill. Then when it comes for deepithing, you have to use your energy, which is your power, which is also being taken from your recovery boiler, which produces the green steam and power. And from the deepithing, when you go to the pulping section, when you have the spondia digester, you use your steam meticulously and most optimization, and so that the green steam and power. You'll see right from cane, the source, right up to the paper when it's being delivered, it is absolutely green. Not only green, it is also offsetting coal to the extent in the power boilers which are using coal. So I can say it is going from one side to the total green manufacturing in terms of carbon positive. Most of you will know, but I thought I'll pit how the sequence from bagasse, it goes to bagasse deepithing. The pith which is going in goes directly. Nowadays it goes to the high pressure cogen boilers, where you produces both green steam and power, and the steam is being used both for the process itself. When you take the deepithing station, you have bagasse pithing, pulping, goes to wet bagasse, you have the dry deepithing, and then goes to the continuous digester. Then you go to the unbleached, bleached pulp, and the pulp goes to the multi-effective operator, recovery boiler, power plant, goes to steam and power, and the power is taken from. We have in paper three very important elements of steam. Those days are gone about 50 years back when you're using just the boiler for the, what you call steam will be generated, say 10, 14 bar, and then use it directly for your digesters and recovery. Now the steam has been valued in terms of high pressure, medium pressure, and low pressure, in terms of power contribution capacity. So we differentiate between high pressure, medium pressure, low pressure steam, and give the most important thing is to minimize the medium pressure steam and minimize also the low pressure steam. Why I call it as innovative? See, when you do the deepithing, when you do the pithing in the energy side, you do the entire thing being raised directly by high pressure, medium pressure steam, which is 10 bar steam. If you see in your recovery boiler, most of you will be aware, we don't use in the air preheater directly HP steam. You have first stage LP steam by 4 bar, and then you go to 10 bar, and finally you go to even high pressure steam of 64 bar. Why not adopt the same things? So why do you want to heat the whole thing from ambient to the high temperature of 150, 155 directly by MP steam? Because MP steam is having product in terms of power generation. So the first, we advocate going for the warm water like the way they do imbibition. I made it 70 degrees because last month when they had the International Sugar Conference, I checked up with the experts. They say 70 degrees is ideal for imbibition. Most probably we can follow that for the deepithing in the wet side. Then you have the screw bit. Nowadays we must give most importance to maximization dewatering, so that the water content entering the digester is as low as possible, which requires less energy in terms of steam. We always use MP steam of 10 bar, 150 psi. I'm advocating why not we use as much as possible low pressure steam, and to an extent if required medium pressure steam. This will result in increased green power generation. Most of you know Pontiac digester. We add